Hello, welcome to my presentation on my Quality Assessment Performance Improvement research project. My name is Esmeralda Painter, and this is from my graduate class, Advanced Food Service Systems Management. My topic is inadequate food temperatures in a food service kitchen. To start off, I will provide some background information. Food service departments worldwide follow strict guidelines to ensure food safety, with temperature control being a top priority. Proper food temperatures are critical to prevent harmful contaminants and ensure safety, especially for foods that should be kept below 41 degrees Fahrenheit. In this study, we investigate several factors in the kitchen that may be causing inadequate temperatures. In this slide, I will go over a brief literature review. Food service departments across the world have guidelines and regulations on how they should be operating. A major topic of concern is food safety. Food safety means that the food being produced is free of harmful contaminants that can pose a health issue towards the consumer. Maintaining proper temperature is an issue that is of top priority since it is a contributor that most affects food safety. There are certain actions that help an organization keep track of this. In the first article listed, the study found that managers with food handler certifications and keeping proper recording of refrigerator temperature logs can help monitor whether food is kept at adequate temperatures for foods that are consumed below 41 degrees Fahrenheit. In the second article listed, another issue in regard to cold foods is hot weather. High outside temperatures can impact refrigerators by causing them to strain to work harder to keep lower temperatures during the hotter months. A thing to note is that there is new emerging technology such as isothermal tray trolleys that can help maintain food at proper temperatures at the service point. In this third article, a study is done on this new technology. The study found that foods that were kept in these isothermal trolleys keep better adequate food temperatures than food trays that were not in these kinds of trolleys. New data shows that new isothermal trolleys are a good way to maintain adequate food temperatures in food trays. More research is needed on this technology. The objective of this last study is to find which factors may be causing inadequate temperatures during food tray services. We can see that food quality has a major impact in the intake of food in hospital patients. Factors such as taste and freshness are key areas that a patient will assess. Temperature plays a key role in these. It is essential that food being presented to the consumer be of adequate temperature as well as safe, since they go hand in hand. The research design for this study was observational descripted with recorded observation. The data was collected at Providence Memorial Campus, and the methods to collect the data are as follows. First, I collected the logs of temperature for the steam trays and the refrigerators before the lunch serving time. And secondly, I recorded the start time of when trays are first placed on the trolley to the time it takes for the last tray to be delivered on that trolley. Thirdly, I documented the temperatures of the items in the test tray. This test tray was the last tray in the trolley. This was done for 7 days. I only recorded for the lunchtime meal. The statistical analysis was frequencies with percentages. In all the days of data collection, there was at least one discrepancy in adequate temperatures with cold drinks or cold entrees. The cold items had the most issues. These ranged from 41.2 to 55.4 degrees Fahrenheit. There was a total of 11 food temperature discrepancies, both in the hot and cold items. Over half of the time during the 7 days that were tested resulted in some kind of discrepancy. Upon reviewing the temperature log of the refrigerators that keep these cold items, no discrepancies were noted. The hot entree only had one discrepancy across all days of testing. This item was a bowl of hot chicken soup. The steam table temperatures also had no discrepancies. In this figure below, we can see that the average amount of time it took to build a cart tray was 44.68 minutes, with the shortest time of 37 minutes and the longest time of 60 minutes. The study's original purpose was to explore factors that could be causing temperature discrepancies. Based on the data, we can observe that the items that had the most issues were the cold ones. The refrigerator logs do not show any inconsistencies or errors. A concern here is the plating that is being used to serve these items. They may not be adequate since they are unable to keep the cold temperature that is required to be safe. The cups used to serve the iced tea may need to be reevaluated. Another concern is the trolleys that are used. The ones that are currently used do not have insulative functions, which could be a possible reason that the temperature is not kept adequate at the point of service. Finally, the amount of time it takes a patient dining associate to build the tray cart to the time it takes to serve the last tray could be a factor in causing the cold items to rise in temperature. A strength to this study is that the same PDA is followed to assess consistency as well as in the process. A limitation could also be that there is no variability in using a different PDA, since they may work at different rates. So it could be due to a productivity issue. The recommendations to improve food safety practices in regard to keeping cold foods cold are as follows. Consider changing the cups that are used to serve cold drinks. A better insulated cup would keep the temperature adequate. And secondly, consider purchasing a new tray trolley cart in favor of insulated ones to better maintain adequate temperatures. And finally, consider placing all the drinks last on the trays. Keep the drinks in the fridge until it is time for cart review by the supervisor.